Yeah, it's about getting super clear on what we're actually trying to get out of it.
Exactly, and going beyond those basic goals, like just wanting to be stronger or lose weight.
Right.
It's about asking yourself, like, how do I want to feel while I'm doing this? How do I want to feel afterwards? What emotions do I want to let go of? Or, like, what emotions do I want to feel more of?
I like that.
Yeah, and it's about making that connection between our fitness goals and how we feel overall. Recognizing that, like, our physical selves, our minds, and our spirits, they're all linked.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going beyond those typical fitness goals. We're diving into the spiritual side of fitness.
And we'll be using this article, Exploring the Spiritual Side of Fitness, How Movement Can Elevate Your Soul.
Exactly.
It's by holistic life coach Violet Spring.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in just the physical stuff, like I want to lose weight or I want to get stronger or hit those personal bests. But Violet really encourages us to think about fitness more holistically.
Yeah, she reminds us that well-being, like true well-being, it involves the mind, the body, and the spirit. They all got to work together.
They do. So it's not just about hitting the gym, right?
Yeah.
It's about understanding that all those physical things that we're doing, they can have a huge impact on our mental and emotional states, even our spiritual growth.
Absolutely. Violet's approach really challenges us to look at fitness as this journey of self-discovery. It's a way to connect with ourselves on like a deeper level.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so one of the key concepts that she highlights is mindfulness and movement, which I think is interesting. So it's that idea of bringing your full presence, being aware to your workouts.
Right.
So instead of just going through the motions, like we all do, we're encouraged to really pay attention. To like the sensations in our bodies, to our breath, to even our thoughts during the workout.
It's amazing how just paying attention can transform the whole experience.
It is.
Yeah.
And by just being present in our bodies like that, we can release stress and tension, and that creates a space for growth, that spiritual growth.
Exactly. And she also talks about movement meditation.
Okay, I'll be honest. When I first heard that, I was a little skeptical.
Yeah.
Movement meditation, what is that?
I know, but think about yoga. Or walking meditation, or even like conscious dance.
Okay, yeah.
All of those repetitive movements, they can quiet your mind and create a sense of flow, and you're not really thinking about the physical or spiritual, it all just kind of blends together.
Right, it does.
Yeah, those practices can really help you become more present, more aware, and allow us to connect with, like, our higher selves.
Our higher selves, I like that. And speaking of connection, Violet describes breath as the bridge between our physical and spiritual selves.
Right, because deep conscious breathing, it goes way beyond just getting oxygen to our bodies.
It does.
It can calm our minds, reduce stress, and it can even create a meditative state where we can connect with ourselves.
It's amazing how something as simple as breathing can be so powerful, right?
I know, it's pretty awesome.
So Violet even recommends we add specific breathing techniques to our fitness routines, like diaphragmatic breathing or pranayama.
Yeah.
Have you heard of those?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Those can really help us tap into the power of our breath and make our workouts more fulfilling and help us feel more spiritually connected.
I like it. So she also mentions how controlling our breath can help release those pent-up emotions and stress.
Yes, it's like we create space for clarity, for peace, both within ourselves and in our connection to something bigger than ourselves.
I love that. Okay, let's move on to some specific types of movement that Violet talks about in her article.
Okay.
She explores yoga, dance, and walking in nature. And they each have their own unique benefits for our souls.
Yeah, they do.
Let's start with yoga.
Okay.
It just seems to cover so many aspects of spiritual fitness. Mindfulness, breath control, and meditation.
It really is a holistic practice, and the benefits, they go way beyond just flexibility.
They do. So doing yoga regularly can help you think more clearly, be less anxious, and have a better sense of yourself.
Definitely. Yoga also encourages us to really explore our limits and embrace our bodies. It helps us learn to accept and love ourselves.
Yes. I love how Violet describes each pose as like an invitation. It's an invitation to listen to your body and honor what it can do.
Exactly. And the meditation part of yoga, it gives us this safe space to reflect and find that inner peace and healing.
Yeah, it's all about connecting with yourself on a really deep level and finding that stillness.
Yeah.
Even with all the chaos of life.
Absolutely.
Okay, next up, dance.
Oh, yes.
Violet describes it as this powerful form of self-expression. and creativity.
It is. And through dance, we can really let our spirit soar. We can feel that inner joy, that freedom.
It's about letting go,
Yeah.
moving freely, expressing those emotions that are hard to put into words.
Right. It's a fantastic outlet for releasing emotions, processing your feelings, and connecting with your true self.
And it's not just you by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Dance can also build community.
Definitely. It brings people together through movement and rhythm.
Think about how good you feel when you're moving to music. It boosts your mood, energizes you.
It's a powerful way to connect with others and feel that collective joy, to celebrate life through movement.
I love that. Okay, and finally, we have walking in nature. It seems so simple, but Violet presents it as this practice to help us be mindful and present. It invites us to slow down and appreciate the beauty all around us.
It really is about being in the moment, noticing the colors, the sounds, and just feeling nature.
Yeah, nature has this amazing ability to soothe us, both our minds and our bodies.
It does. It really helps to lower stress levels, lower blood pressure, and just makes us feel better overall.
And when you're walking in nature, it allows you to connect with something bigger, to appreciate those cycles of growth and change that are happening all around us.
Exactly. It reminds us that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. We're interconnected with nature.
We are. And Violet really emphasizes this idea of creating a personalized spiritual fitness routine.
Yes, and it all starts with setting intentions.
Okay, so what does that mean, setting intentions?
It means taking some time to think about what you want to get out of the practices you choose. Like, what are your physical, mental, and spiritual goals?
So it's about connecting your fitness goals to your overall well-being and recognizing that your physical, mental, and spiritual selves are all connected.
They are.
Violet suggests that we write our intentions down or even make a vision board to make them real and to keep them in our minds.
Right.
So it's about giving our workouts purpose
Yeah.
and meaning. Making them more than just a routine, it's about making them a sacred practice.
Yes, and no matter what type of movement you choose, mindfulness can make it so much better.
Right. So you're bringing awareness to each moment.
Yeah.
Focusing on your breath, the feelings in your body, and even those thoughts that come up while you're working out.
Yeah.
It's all about being there, present. And embracing that mind-body connection and turning a regular workout into something really mindful.
Absolutely. And Violet also talks about the importance of community in our spiritual fitness journey. She reminds us that we don't have to do this alone.
We don't. So like joining a yoga class, a dance group, or even a hiking club, those can give us support, encouragement, and a sense of belonging.
Yeah. It's great to share your experiences with people who get it. You can learn from each other and build connections that make your life richer.
I love that. It's like having your own cheer squad for your spiritual fitness journey.
Exactly. You know you're not alone in wanting to feel good. You're surrounded by people who share your goals and your values.
So we've covered a lot today. We talked about the connection between the mind, body, and spirit. We learned about mindfulness and intention and the importance of community.
We have.
So now I'm wondering, how do we put this all into practice? How do we take all this information and actually do something with it?
That's the big question, isn't it? How do we take these ideas and make them part of our lives?
Yeah, how do we do that?
Well, luckily, Violet gives us some practical advice in her article. She shows us how to make a spiritual fitness routine that really works for us.
Perfect. So she emphasizes that there's no right way to do this. Everyone's journey is different.
Exactly. It's all about trying things out, exploring different practices, and figuring out what brings you joy, peace, and makes you feel connected.
I love that she focuses on personalization.
Yeah.
It takes the pressure off. You don't have to fit into someone else's mold.
Exactly. And she reminds us that this is a journey. It's not about reaching some finish line.
Right.
It's about embracing the process of growth and change.
Okay, so as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what's sticking with you?
Yeah, what's resonating? What are you excited to explore?
Take a moment to think about everything we've talked about and how you can apply it to your own fitness journey.
We'll be back in a bit to keep going with Violet's insights, and we'll talk more about how we can all lift our spirits through the power of movement. So Violet, she really digs into this idea of making it personal and how strong those intentions can be when we start our spiritual fitness journey.
Yeah, it's about getting super clear on what we're actually trying to get out of it.
Exactly, and going beyond those basic goals, like just wanting to be stronger or lose weight.
Right.
It's about asking yourself, how do I want to feel while I'm doing this? How do I want to feel afterwards? What emotions do I want to let go of? Or, what emotions do I want to feel more of?
I like that.
Yeah, and it's about making that connection between our fitness goals and how we feel overall. Recognizing that, like, our physical selves, our minds, and our spirits, they're all linked.
They are, they are. And I love that Violet suggests we actually write down those intentions, or even make a vision board.
Yeah.
It's about making those intentions real, something we can look at every day.
Absolutely. And, no matter what kind of movement we choose, Violet says mindfulness can be a game changer.
Okay, yeah.
Bringing that awareness to every single moment. Focusing on our breath, how our bodies feel, and even the thoughts we have during our practice.
No more just zoning out.
Yeah.
Or going through the motions without thinking.
Yeah, exactly. It's about being present, really embracing that mind-body connection.
Right.
And turning a normal workout into something that's truly mindful.
Totally. And speaking of connection, Violet talks about how important it is to find your community.
Yes, because we don't have to do this by ourselves.
We don't. Like joining a yoga class, a dance group, or a hiking club even. Finding people who are into the same things, it gives you so much support and encouragement.
It does. And sharing those experiences, learning from each other, it can really add to the journey. It gives you that feeling that you belong.
I love that sense of community. It's like having your own cheering section for your spiritual fitness journey.
Exactly. You're not the only one who wants to feel good. You've got all these people around you who share your goals and your values.
Okay, so we've gone over some pretty powerful stuff today. That connection between mind, body, and spirit. The importance of being mindful and setting intentions, and the power of finding your people.
We have.
But now, the question is, how do we actually put all of this into practice? How do we take all this stuff and actually do it? It's that big question, right? How do we take all these ideas and make them part of our real lives?
Well, Violet gives us some practical advice in her article. She shows us how to create a routine that really speaks to us.
That's great.
Yeah. She emphasizes that there's no one right way to do this, Every person's journey is different.
Right.
It's all about experimenting, trying different things out, and finding what brings you joy, peace, and makes you feel connected.
I like how she focuses on making it personal. It takes the pressure off. You don't have to fit into someone else's mold.
Exactly. And she also reminds us that this is a journey, not a destination.
Okay, yeah.
It's not about being perfect. It's about going through those changes and growing along the way.
And having that patience for yourself. There'll be ups and downs. It's all part of it.
It is.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm curious, what's really resonating with you so far?
Yeah, what are you finding interesting? What are you thinking of trying?
Take a second to think about what we've been talking about and see how you can fit it into your own journey.
We'll be back in a few to continue exploring Violet's ideas, and we'll talk more about how we can all elevate our souls through movement.
All right, we're back and ready to jump back into Violet Spring's article.
Yeah, we've talked about the what and the why of spiritual fitness.
We have.
Now, let's get into the how. Like, how do you actually create a routine that works for you?
Yeah, the good stuff. So, Violet, she says there's no one right way to do this.
Nope, it's all about trying different things, finding what makes you happy, what gives you peace, and what helps you feel connected.
I like that. So she wants us to think beyond just the gym.
Yeah.
Consider things like yoga, dance, walking in nature.
Right, activities that are good for your body and your soul.
And she has some really interesting thoughts about each one.
She does.
Like with yoga, she talks about how it can help you be more mindful, control your breath, and become more self-aware.
Yeah, and with dance, she focuses on how it lets you express yourself, let go of emotions, and connect with that joy and freedom inside you.
And then there's walking in nature, which she describes so beautifully.
Yeah.
Like it's this practice that makes you appreciate the beauty of life.
It is, but it's not just about picking the right activity.
Right.
Violet says it's also super important to set intentions. Think about those deeper goals you want to reach through movement.
So it's more than just the physical results.
Exactly. It's about how you want to feel emotionally, mentally, spiritually.
Okay. And she says, write those intentions down. Or make a vision board. So they're right there in front of you.
Right. It makes them real. And keeps them on your mind.
It's about giving your workouts a purpose, turning them into something more meaningful.
Absolutely. And of course, mindfulness is key.
It is.
No matter what you're doing, bringing mindfulness to it takes it to a whole new level.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, you focus on what you're feeling in your body. Pay attention to your breath. Notice the thoughts you're having as you move.
So tune into all those little things.
Exactly. Be present in the moment.
And Violet reminds us we don't have to go through this alone.
Right. Find your people.
Find your people.
Whether it's a yoga class, a dance group, a hiking club, even just a friend to work out with, that support and encouragement can make a huge difference.
It can. It really can. It's like sharing your journey, learning from each other, celebrating those little wins together.
Yeah, that community feeling is so powerful, knowing you're not on this path by yourself.
You're not. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Violet Spring's article, I feel really inspired. Like there are so many possibilities.
Me too.
Her work is a beautiful reminder that movement is more than just exercise.
Yeah. It's a way to find yourself.
It is.
Find inner peace.
And connect more deeply with ourselves and the world around us.
It's all about that potential for change we all have inside us.
We do. And that brings us to our final thought for you today. Something to think about.
It is, yeah.
Think about how you like to move your body. How can you make that more mindful? How can you bring more intention to it?
Yeah. How can you use that movement to deepen your spiritual connection?
We'll leave you with that.
We will.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep moving, and keep diving deep.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like, leave a comment below, and be sure to subscribe and help us build this awesome holistic heroes tribe. And while you're waiting for new episodes, check out my other videos from these playlists.